Welcome back to episode 6 of our podcast.
Woo-woo. Today is all about
Holidays!
or post-holidays, coming back from holidays as we are now back in the real world
Sad.
and wanting to kind of get on with life, but also not forget how good the holiday was because we want more holidays as well.
Yeah. So our question today is, how do you feel when you get back off your holidays? Are you happy because you're back to your own space? Or are you sad because you've got to clean and cook for yourself?
Especially if you go on an all-inclusive holiday.
Yeah,
I feel
definitely.
I wonder what the difference is with self-catering holidays, because we've never really done them, have we?
No, I never will.
No, I don't think
It's
so.
not a holiday for
No.
me.
But for some people, they love it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think definitely when we got back, I wasn't too sad.
No.
I wasn't too depressed. I loved the holiday, but it was just a bit crazy. And then we got back at stupid o'clock and then went straight into crazy life, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
So shall we relive that for everybody?
Let's relive.
And then we can see in the comments what those guys said about what they do when they get back from holidays.
Uh-huh. So we left our hotel at 6 o'clock, the room,
Yeah.
and we got picked up at 6:10. We went to the airport, which took about 20 minutes to get there, which is brilliant. And the airport was heaving. It was so busy. However, it took about 20-30 minutes to get through check-in and security, which I was amazed by. And that's only because I think we've got a buggy, because that security would have taken ages.
Yeah.
At that point, we were really stressed, so Tom was like, let's go have an airport lounge. Oh, top tier husband level was achieved at that point. We were going to use our euros that we had left because we had a lot of euros left over, but they didn't accept cash, so we just used card, which was fine. And we remembered from when we were in Manchester, when it says go to gate, don't go to gate, to wait a little bit longer. So we waited an extra 20-30 minutes, didn't we?
Yeah.
And I think we ended up boarding the plane, I want to say, and setting off at about 10 to 10.
Yeah, it was close to 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
Set off.
Which follows suit for how it's been the last few weeks. So
Yeah.
we were expecting it. Noah was absolutely amazing, wasn't he?
Yeah.
He had maybe just when he fell asleep on me, and just when I needed to move, he got a bit upset because we'd moved him, which is totally understandable, and he had a little bit of a whinge, but he was absolutely fine. And we arrived back in Manchester at about 1:50, but they didn't put the plane up to a gate, did they?
No, to get a bus.
They had to get a bus from the plane. This is at 10. This was about
It's 1:30 in the morning at this
yeah.
point.
No, we must have arrived a little bit earlier because we were stood up. No, this was about, I don't know, because we ended up getting through to the actual security bit at 2:20. I remember that.
Okay.
So from landing to get into security or immigration was 30 minutes because they were taking ages to get off the plane because they'd not put cones out or something, and then you had to wait for buses to get to the terminal, which was an absolute joke for 10 to 1 in the morning.
There was about 3 planes all landed next to each other, including ours, and they manned, I think there were 6 desks manned, and all the electric gates were shut.
Oh,
So-
no, I'm not on about that bit.
Not that bit.
I'm on about the joke of being, why are we not at a terminal?
Oh, yeah, I don't know.
But yeah, anyway, 2:20 we get to immigration, and we knew from Gran Canaria that we'd have to go to see someone because we've got no one who's under 18. And we thought, alright, I just want to get to the front of that queue.
Yeah.
Got there, and they'd shut all the electric gates. So everybody was funneling through, and I think it was about 6 people that were on, and there were 3 flights, and we were the second bus to leave off our flights. It was so busy. But to be fair, it took 20 minutes on count when we looked through.
Yeah, it looked a lot worse than it actually was in the end. Like, they were moving them pretty quickly. It was just, again, it's just so many people, and it was less chaos in Gran Canaria because it was all in an orderly line, because, we're British and that's what we do.
Yeah.
But it just was not what you wanted to see at 2 o'clock in the morning. You just say everyone was tired and grumpy.
Yeah.
And again, Noah was having a great time making some kids laugh behind us. They were copying him. He was pretending to sneeze, and he was having a great time. But it's not what you want at 2 o'clock in the morning.
So we did that. We got through there at 20 to 3 it was. And at that point, I'd had enough. I was knackered, and I was like, right, we need to get these bags, let's go. We probably thought the buggies would be on a separate one like they were in Gran Canaria, and they were actually just all on the floor by the baggage belt. So you went over to get the buggy and get Noah sat in it, and when Tom turned around, I was like, right, all 3 suitcases, let's go. So we got out of the airport and in the car by 3 o'clock on our way, weren't we?
Yeah, we set off at 3.
You had a couple of Red Bulls to get you home because you drove home, didn't you?
Yeah, I pre-packed them in the car, so before we went, I bought 2 and put them in the glove compartment in the middle. So when we were driving home, I had one as we set off, and then I had another one about halfway through because we were going over, is it called Snakehead Pass?
Yeah.
Going over that from Manchester back to like South Yorkshire, and it was just pitch black. Like there's no street lights, and I was tired. So I had another one halfway over that.
And you never know, like in advance, like what road works are going to be happening.
Yeah.
Just from we had one when we first went to Leeds, and every single road was shut, and it was just a nightmare. So we thought better to be safe than sorry. Me and Noah had a little nap. You drove, and we got home for about 4:10, I think it was.
Yeah.
Got in the house, put Noah straight to bed, and he was out like a light, wasn't he?
Oh, he went straight to sleep. Yeah, he barely woke up going upstairs.
We'd thought on in advance, and when we were packing the bags to go from Gran Canaria, we'd put everything we needed in one bag, so we just had to get that out quickly, left everything else downstairs, got in, and I went to sleep. You, however, did not, did you?
I was just wired because from having drunk 2 Red Bulls, which I needed, but I then laid there and was absolutely wired. I remember seeing like 5:15, and then I did eventually fall asleep, but I woke up at about 6:45, so I had about an hour and a half sleep.
Yeah.
That night, and then woke up and just lay there trying to go back to sleep, but didn't.
Noah slept till about
9 o'clock.
9.
Yeah, which was good for him.
And then was I about 10 or 11?
About 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So that was that.
That was our coming home, which was just, I mean, it was crazy, and I think we've definitely said we were not going to do it again.
No.
Like,
and I think our next ones we've booked, like, I think we'll be landing at about the time we take off.
Yeah.
Which is fair enough.
Which is a late night, but it's not a stupid night.
No.
But I do think, though, for all the craziness and for saying I wouldn't do it again, it was so much better than I feared as well.
Yeah.
Like, all my thoughts were like, oh my God, Noah's going to be crying, he's going to be screaming, he's going to be upset, he's not going to sleep, he's going to ruin his sleep pattern. And like, his sleep has been a bit on and off during the daytime this week, but he's still been
But that's
sleeping
because
through
we've
the
been
night.
out, though. It's not because we've not been at home to do it.
And I think that's what's helped our post-holiday blues as well, that we've literally been so busy. Like, we got back, the next day we went to go see a friend. And just did washing.
So the day we got home,
Yeah.
you'd already done like 2 loads of washing before I got up. Again,
Yeah.
top to your husband level. Then I think we went to did we go and do a food shop?
Did
No,
a
we
food-
didn't. No, we didn't.
No?
No, because we did it on the way home, didn't we, from Mum's?
We did some kind of a shop. It was just like milk and bits.
We literally just got milk, yeah.
Yeah.
And then we went to go see your friend.
Yeah.
Had a few hours there. Then standard Friday night Chinese with my brother and his wife. And then that was that. Friday done. Went to bed. Happy days. Woke up. Saturday we knew we were going to see my mum and dad for Saturday night and Sunday night.
Yeah.
We went up there, did that, and then we got back here on Monday. And Monday Noah was feeling quite poorly, wasn't he?
Yeah,
he was throwing up.
He threw up Sunday dinner time, just like randomly, but then was fine the rest of the day, and then woke up on Monday and was just...
He had a rough night.
Yeah.
Which is very unlike him.
He just had no energy, and like at 7:30 in the morning fell asleep on my knee, which he never ever does. So there was definitely something going on, but by the time, I mean, we basically packed up and went home, and by the time we got home, he was absolutely fine, wasn't he?
Well, we'd stopped because we'd not eaten, and we'd left by like 8 o'clock, and we'd not eaten, so we stopped to get a bit of breakfast. And when we stopped, Noah woke up, and he was just like, food, and he was like a different child.
And like he'd not been eating for the past 24 hours, basically. So.
And we went to Greg's, and I got a sausage roll, and he was like, sausage, and he devoured that, and I've never seen him eat as quick as that. So you can tell he was feeling better. So on the way home, we went and did a food shop, and we got home at about 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
Had about an hour at home.
Yeah, which you decided to
Got a
start
load of
sorting out.
washing.
Was it washing our baby clothes we did in that crazy hour before we done
God,
out?
yeah.
That's
We were
another
putting
story.
we needed to put the suitcases away from the
Yeah.
holiday. But we thought, let's just get all the baby stuff down, because we knew we wanted to get rid. Didn't know if we were going to do a pin store, just charity shop. Ended up being charity shop in the end.
Which again, sitting now with it all done and gone to charity, brilliant idea. At the time,
Stupid.
was just why are we doing all of that?
Hey, everything works for a reason.
Yeah.
So we literally had the hour at home where we sat, did a bit of chilling with Noah, did that baby stuff, and then we had to go back out because your sister was coming to stay with us for a night.
Because she then came with a nice afternoon, went to the shop, traded our watches in,
Yeah.
got 100 quid from CX eventually. But then the next day we woke up and we took my sister up to uni because she's going to Leeds uni. So she just found out that she got a grade to get in, and so we went up and had a look around the uni, which was amazing
The
because
accommodation is stunning.
I mean, it's stunning, but also the amount we got to see, like we just kept on going into buildings being like, can we just have a look around? Like, I assumed they'd just say no or oh, it's shut or something, but the accommodation people gave us a guided tour around, showed us into one of their like showrooms. You know, that was brilliant.
She's very good.
Oh yeah, she does. The library, let her go have a look around the library, just walk in.
Yeah, same for sports facilities.
Sports facilities said, yeah, just come through the gate and have a look around, and we all had a wander. It was just, they were so nice.
I'd like to ask as well, we went to uni, 5 years ago now, 6 years we were there,
Yeah.
just finishing. The accommodation that Sammy's got, she's got a cinema room.
Yeah.
She's got a karaoke room in her accommodation, two games room, one PS4 or 5 and one Xbox room.
Yeah.
A shared common room with a coffee machine. Her room's an ensuite.
Pool table.
No, it's not. Yeah, and a table tennis table.
Yeah.
Stunning.
Yeah.
And a laundry room. And there's little like quiet areas where you can sit and work.
Which, if you are listening to this and thinking about going to Leeds Uni or anything like that, I did get a video of the room she's staying in for her, so she can have a look at it.
Yes, it's not exactly her room, but it's
an ensuite room if you're staying in that accommodation. I think it's White Rose View. So if you don't want to look at that, I will stick it up on YouTube at some point so you can have a peek. But yeah, honestly, White Rose View apartments, if you're going to Leeds Uni, stay in them because they are gorgeous.
And does anyone else, when they were at uni, have anything like that? I want to hear your stories, because ours were dingy.
They were just building the nice ones as we finished.
Yeah.
Like, the year we finished, they opened up the nice student hall apartments.
We didn't really have a choice where we said, because we needed a longer contract.
Yeah.
You originally booked stay in accommodation, didn't you? Or I went for house, but then you moved to house. And I booked for the cheapest house because I was getting the minimum, like 3,800, and that was all going on accommodation. So I just had a small room with no ensuite, whereas you'd got a large room, double bed, but no ensuite still.
You ever had to fight for the double bed though?
Yeah.
That was a single bed.
Yeah. But completely different.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But all of that craziness, because then she was here for the day, then went home, and then yesterday was the first day we had us, wasn't it?
Yeah. Never went to nursery.
Yesterday was Wednesday. We'd booked her into nursery yesterday and today, and so it was 6 days after we got back from the holiday.
Yeah.
That's the first day we actually had where we watched 2 movies. We still were very productive, and we actually got to sit down and watch a couple of movies. And
we had to go and get my car sorted because it got knocked into just before we were leaving.
Yeah. So that's getting buffed out currently.
Yeah. So I've not got my car today, and then tomorrow my car's in at Toyota because it's getting recalled for something. We're currently driving on the way to Toyota to get Tom's car fixed because it's making loads of weird noise with the brakes. Yeah, it's still there.
Yeah, it's another incident there.
Yeah.
It just seems to be a bit of a car thing at the minute.
Oh.
But it has helped all our post-holiday routes because being that busy, we've not had time to stop and think about the fact that we're not on holiday really.
And when in doubt,
what do we
when
do?
we did have a bit of time, we booked another holiday.
So we've been sat in the few little bits of time we've had, and
We've been really umming and ahhing whether to cancel Tenerife, haven't we, for summer, next summer, just because there's a Facebook group which we've been on that is horrible, I think, and I'm going to get out of it.
Yeah.
But it's just like, when everyone complains about lack of sunbeds and everything, and I know the place we've been at, it was all over that one, and it was actually fine, so I'm hoping it's going to be the same. But I know my parents rave about this hotel, and I know it's going to be a different type of hotel compared to what we stayed in this year, but I'm hoping it'll be nice.
It will still be absolutely lovely. It's just the fact that I think we're both now we've got good at saving money and good at getting ready for holidays. We're both now itching to go a bit further than Tenerife.
Yeah, it's almost like I do regret booking it. I don't regret booking it because I've never been to Tenerife.
Yeah.
And it'll be nice. Well, I have been when I was a kid, but I don't remember. And it's another nice one to do, obviously.
Yeah.
So we've stuck with that. So it was just deciding whether or not we wanted to go to Dominican, didn't we?
Yeah.
But then I think it was Ilya that mentioned Egypt.
Yeah.
And we were like, I've never thought of Egypt. And we just plugged in the dates for what we were thinking, and it was coming out significantly cheaper. I mean, like $1,000 cheaper, wasn't it?
Originally it was, yeah.
It still is.
Is it? What, even after we added the extra bits on?
No. About $500 cheaper.
Yeah.
And in my opinion, it's a nicer hotel. Like, we could have spent about $5,000. I think that was our budget. But I just don't want to. Like, for me, for a week abroad, I think that's a lot of money.
Definitely.
And for Dominican, it was like, they were nice hotels. Like, none of them are minging, but when you look at the Egypt ones we had the full range available for us, all the way from the cheapest to the most expensive. And we were deciding, do we want to just change it and go this year or next year? We ended up booking for 2025, didn't we?
But for Easter, because Egypt in summer is just going to be way too hot for nowhere and us. Yeah.
So we booked that, and I think we ended up spending $2,800, which I think for a week all inclusive at Egypt is very good. We upgraded our room to the best one you could get, a family room, so family suite. So it's got separate bedrooms, which we think when he's 3 that'll be ideal, and it just looks amazing. So we'll link it above somewhere so you can see it.
In the description or something.
But yeah, that's what we decided to do, and it wasn't. We were umming and ahhing, and we did say before we left, when we get back, we will book something.
Yeah.
Because we want to be booking way ahead now. And we've budgeted it, we know we can afford it, so absolutely.
Yep.
And that was our win.
And that was the perfect way to, now we've got 2 holidays booked. We also want to go on holiday summer, like 2025 year 2.
Yeah.
But we're not going to book that one for probably about a year yet, are we?
We'll probably do that when we get back from Egypt, to be fair.
Yeah, it'll be a last minute one once we've paid off these 2 cars. I think it'll be once we've paid off these 2 is when I'll start thinking about that one. So we need to pay this one off by, is it January or December? October?
Tenerife.
No, Egypt.
Egypt is January 25.
So that'll be the point when I'm like, right, we paid that one off. What do we do for the next one?
Yeah. But we made a conscious effort to not go for monthly direct debits with them. We were going to save it ourselves and then pay it off ourselves because that's what works for us. But yeah, let us know what you guys do after your holidays, and have you already ever done anything like that? And as always, if you've got any questions, leave it in the comments and we'll answer them for you.
Thank you very much for watching this one. We are just pulling in to go and get this car checked out. So we'll go get that sorted. As always, we'll be vlogging everything that happens. And we'll see you on the next holiday, or on the next podcast chat, should I say. It won't be about holidays, that one.